The Golden Wrench scandal. What is this? Is it a good incident, chat? The wrench incident? I don't know nothing about the Golden Wrench. Yes? Alright, then we have to hop in. Golden Wrench scandal. Oh,
what is the rarest item in TF2? In a game where...
Antler, double spelled, Halloween, the one of one that I think T-Virus owns, or used to own, or this one other guy, I can't remember, bro. T-Virus, I think, has a normal antler.
Weapons and unusuals are traded for real-world money. What particular item carries the most rarity? Maybe something iconic like the Burning Flames team captain.
Nah.
Maybe a weapon that's statistically rarest like the Macaw mass dual weapons.
Chat, this shit still tweaks me out, bro. Do you remember this fucking thing? So you basically have a template just like in CS, and there's 1,000 different patterns, and you need 1,000 times 1,000 or something. It's like the rarest shit ever, bro. Like we reacted to something like this before already. If you know, you know. Put the pattern template, bro. There's like one white pixel in the middle, bro, and it needs to be perfect. Just like in CS, like a blue gem.
Or maybe even a now unobtainable glitched weapon like the painted cow manglers. These are all valid candidates for the rarest item in all of the Badlands, but none of these items can really stand on their own. A mere effect added to the team captain takes it from a value of 41 cents to 319 actual dollars, so these items aren't rare on their own so much as they're rare because of effects attached to them. So for me, that disqualifies them. Additionally, I think it's weird to call isolated incidents like the top-notch or glitched weapons like the painted cow mangler rare because they couldn't be obtained by normal people through normal means. No, there's only one item in all of TF2 that regular people could get without any effects, modifications, or glitches. The rarest normal item in TF2, the Golden Wrench.
Shut up! And it's a knife, is it not?
This weapon was handed out by Valve to 101 lucky players, a prize for the most dedicated members of the game.
I've never heard of that.
According to the developers, the players receiving the wrench would be chosen at complete random. A random time, a random date, a random server, and a random player. This was the rhetoric that...
Once again, what Valve does in TF2, they can also do in CS. It's the same mindset, the same company behind it, the same brain. Why don't we have that in CS, bro? Come on, bro. Choose 100 random players. Give them the craziest shit ever. A really rare fucking knife. 1 out of 100. Come on, G. Do that, please. Give us a freebie for the community, bro. We show love all day, every day. I just played a game of CS. It was so enjoyable, bro. Come on, G. Give me something, please.
Permeated the TF2 community as they all collectively clamored for the chance to strike gold.
No. Golden Wrench.
But unbeknownst to the players, it was all a lie, and the lottery they all thought was random was actually rigged from the start. Today we're going to tell the story of how one determined hacker uncovered one of the biggest controversies TF2 had ever seen. This is how TF2's rarest item got hacked.
Oh my god! Hackers found a way to redeem the Golden Wrenches, or what? An internet history video. So, did they get all 100 or did they generate more than 100? Did they have a way to spawn them in?
Our story starts on July 1st, 2010. Late into the night, a patch was released for TF2. Nothing crazy, just some bug fixes, updates for the server browser, and some visual changes. That said, it was common, especially during this era of TF2 history, for players to go straight into the game's code after each patch to see specifically what had changed. And this was no different. A user on the Spuff TF2 forums named Maginaut went digging to find what the patch had updated about TF2. Were they expected to find some lightweight changes?
By the way, chat, who's getting nostalgia right now, bro? I already know that there's some TF2 OG enjoyers in the chat, bro. The game that a lot of people are sad about that it's getting treated the way it is, right? Had a crazy fan base, still has a fan base that waits for this moment, right? For them to like fix the bot problem, give them some updates. But looks like they just moved on, right? Damn, bro, that is sad, bro. That is sad. If a dev throws your game away, like I'm done playing with you, you know what I mean? Move on to Deadlock and stuff. Is Deadlock a decent replacement for TF2? It kind of has the same... Does it have the same vibe? I've never played TF2. I've played a lot of Deadlock, though. You have, like, different champs. It's Valve movement. It's a MOBA, though, right? Yeah.
To the game, they instead found something much more fascinating. Files for a brand new weapon, complete with a model in-game logic, and some sort of announcement message attached to it. Maginaut was likely shocked by what they'd found, sharing it with fellow TF2 players in an attempt to get to the bottom of it. It was quickly discovered that a number of secrets had been hidden within the game's files as part of this seemingly unimportant patch added earlier that day. User Imi made the most important discovery within the game's GCF files, which had a hidden image buried within them. This image led to a coded message from none other than Saxton Hale, an incredibly iconic character in TF2 lore. Clearly this—
How cool is this? I love when devs do this shit, boys. This like Easter egg stuff, playing with the community, bro. Like, they don't have to do that. You know what I mean? It doesn't get their money up. You know what I mean? Like, this is just like nice, bro. It's like, I like shit like that, bro.
This is more space than needed. I wonder what else was here. All of this was immediately posted to Spuff under a thread titled "Secret Image Contained in Update," which gained massive amounts of traction on the forum and sent the community into a tailspin. This thread seems to have taken on a life of its own, so I recommend you at least skim through some of the pages to get a better idea of how hectic it was last night when this update was released. No one knew what to make of this. Maginaut speculated this was all a red herring for the upcoming engineer update, a fake weapon meant to misdirect the
Yo, this game low-key looks like a game that I used to play, chat. I think I played the cheap clone of TF2. This was free to play and I was playing this as a kid, bro. Battlefield Heroes, bro. I swear that's similar, no? Gives me the same vibes. Look at the health bar, like the way it looks, the comic. I was playing this shit, I was grinding this shit as a kid, bro. When I sometimes received some money because I got a decent grade in school, my mom gave me like $5 in pocket money. I bought some stuff in this game, bro. This shit was OD, bro. Oh my god, if you know, you know. This game was so much fun, bro. Oh my god.
This was all a red herring for the upcoming engineer update, a fake weapon meant to misdirect the community.
But that game is also dead. They like closed the servers.
Hype for whatever was coming. Others had conspiracies about the wrench, worries it would be an item with limited availability, and it seems that someone made a video of them implementing the wrench into the game before it ever came out, though this supposed video has since become lost media, if it was ever real at all.
Damn.
Luckily for the community, they wouldn't have to wait long to get their answers about what this golden wrench was all about. And this wouldn't be the last time that the golden wrench's code and data would be manipulated.
Shit, does it still exist? I've
3
never
days
heard about
later,
that.
July 4th. It was a seemingly normal day for TF2 players, full of Dust Bowl stalemates, Uber pushes, and angry chat messages that I definitely can't show on YouTube.
Classic.
An average day for the TF2 community in 2010. Then, all of a sudden, an announcement was sent to every TF2 player at once.
Yo, that's so cool.
The spark that would ignite the wildfire.
That's so cool.
The first golden wrench had been found.
No. Everyone got alerted. That is so cool, bro. Oh my god, bro. Actual goosebumps. Everybody in game got an alert that one guy just found the golden wrench. No, that guy must have gotten spammed afterwards, bro.
Immediately sent shockwaves across the TF2 community. Thousands of people realized that some sort of event was happening, and news spread quickly that crafting was the key to finding this rare item. One after another, more and more announcements were sent out, as 24 more players gradually found a total of 25 golden wrenches on the historic July 4th. This was a big day for TF2, but it was only the beginning of what would be known as the Golden Wrench Scandal.
I'm a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie.
On July 5th, the TF2 developers released a blog post announcing that the golden wrenches were being released as part of the upcoming engineer update. For every 25 wrenches that were crafted, they'd reveal one part of the upcoming engineer update.
I feel bad. He should stop saying the update word, bro. It's like saying to a streamer the word job, bro. Like a TF2 player does not want to hear the word update, bro. It's like super aware. That shit is sad, bro, because they don't have those.
Stated that
anymore.
There were 100 golden wrenches total, making for 4 total announcements, and confirmed that the wrenches were only able to be found through the crafting system.
I have a question. What is crafting system? Is it like trade-ups? It is like trade-ups? Interesting. So just like in CS? More complicated? You can craft regular weapons into scrap to craft other items. Ah! Like reroll? Okay. I understand. It's like in League, when you put 3 skins in the thing and you get a random one. Yeah? Okay.
For our story today, they heavily implied that these wrenches were being dropped randomly. And that quote, "Wrenches can be found up until the 100th wrench has gone out.
Goosebumps.
There is no per-day limit on the number of wrenches found, and distribution has been designed to be fair for all time zones." The slot machine had been set up. and placed in the backpack of every single TF2 player, leading many to spend hours upon hours of their lives over the next several days trying desperately to get a brand new shiny wrench, wasting hundreds, if not thousands of items in the process.
Dude, I love that.
The developers had created their very own lottery, and TF2...
Imagine they did this in CS. I would do a 24-hour stream. Imagine they release like an item, they say, somehow you can get this rare fucking knife, 1 out of 100, if you do some certain thing in the game. Bro, I would secret Easter egg hunt all day and I would probably find it. I'm really good at escape rooms, IRL guys. Trust me, I've one time beaten almost the daily record when we were on a birthday, bro. No. Don't test me, bro. Don't test me.
Players were constantly
I connect the dots like no other, bro. Trust me.
Trying over and over again to win big. This was the state of TF2 at the time, the setting for our story. And no story is complete without its very own protagonist. Meet Tony Paloma,
he looks
aka
cool.
Drunken Fool.
That's a cool hat, bro. School hat.
Biggest troublemakers in TF2 history. Living up to his name, he was an absolute magnet for chaos in the TF2 community between 2009 and 2011. He was most well known for creating the infamous TF2 Idler program that allowed players to constantly farm in-game items without even having the game open. This was such a prevalent problem that it led to Valve making an entire hat to commemorate those who didn't use the program. He also created TF2items.com, a website that's still up today, which allows you to view other players' backpacks,
Wait, I've used
as
that.
well as Source OP, a plugin that helps admins run servers for Source games. Basically,
Bro, he is him. What the hell? He provided so much to TF2.
he was an incredibly
The good and the
knowledgeable
bad.
hacker and developer, a massively popular community figure, and someone who knew TF2 and its inner workings inside out. And he had already exploited the game once before to absolutely cripple the game's item system. In other words, he was the perfect person to
Wow.
completely break the Golden Wrench event, bringing TF2 to its knees one more time.
This guy. Holy aura.
Sometime between July 5th and July 7th, Drunken Fool, likely using some form of social engineering, managed to get his hands on some behind-the-scenes data from Valve. A TF2 leak that held within it some very concerning information. It was revealed that the Golden Wrench wasn't random at all. It was set to
This guy. Developer? He's like the hacker, but he's not the hacker and developer that makes like cool shit or like bad shit. Sitting in the basement, can't communicate. He also social engineered Valve to get information for this event. Huh? Nah, that's like completely different sectors, no? Social engineering and that? What the hell? He is the Golden Wrench. Oh my god. That sounded cool, no? Because a wrench, it's like a tool. Like a master of all trades. Kinda, I don't know.
drop at predetermined times. Once the clock hit one of these times, the first player to craft an item afterwards would have a guaranteed 100% chance of getting a golden wrench. Everyone else was just wasting.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Once the clock hit one of these times, the first player to craft an item afterwards would have a guaranteed 100% chance of getting a golden wrench.
How do you snipe that?
Everyone else was just wasting their time. Not only did Drunken Fool learn that the system worked this way, but he also, somehow, acquired a list of the exact times when golden wrenches would drop.
How?
Down to the second. This meant that the supposedly randomized lottery Valve had established was really all predetermined. It was a first-come, first-serve for whichever player happened to hit these imaginary times, and everyone else was throwing their items away for nothing.
Let me guess how this turned out. Knowing how Valve operates. Did he do something illegal here? By figuring out the times, figuring out the concept of this riddle, you could say. He probably used some scripting to do the same thing on 1,000 accounts, you know, so he really is sure that he gets the wrench. I feel like this situation may have ended in him keeping the wrenches, and now he's a multi-millionaire because he sold the golden wrenches. He sniped all 70 remaining golden wrenches, and he is the TF2 millionaire. Watch this.
When Drunken Fool learned of this information, he had a delightfully devilish idea. On July 8th, 2010, Drunken Fool would enter a server running his Source OP plugin and tell everyone in voice chat to all try crafting simultaneously at one specific time.
What?
This led to an immortal moment in TF2 history, when Valve's casino fell all at once like a house of cards.
Wait, they dropped multiple at the second?
Wait, are we about to have a drop? Yeah.
I thought the first one gets one. Or is it that they tweaked out the system? It was so many that the system Drop more than one?
What time?
I'm trying to get in case you're actually right about it.
Real soon?
This is
Like
historical.
what? Half a minute?
Okay, vital.
Goosebumps.
Coming up.
Goosebumps.
I'll count it down even.
Oh god.
Count it down. Do it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gotta
No.
get
Oh my god! Golden wrench right there. That is insane. W drunken guy. Derek got it.
This was
I
an age
win!
before
I win. Imagine you open a 387 Karamba Blues Gem. I win. Buddy, that's the whole community is fiending over this one item. Everyone in the game just got notified. Derek found the golden wrench. I win. Yo, this guy. No.
loot boxes and crates. Before these items were worth real-world money.
Damn.
Before people were scamming each other in an effort to get their backpacks filled with gaudy and used.
Say that again.
It was in an age before loot boxes and crates. Before these items were worth real-world money. Before people were scamming each other in an effort to get their backpacks filled with gaudy and usual effects. This wasn't done for money. It was done for passion.
Huh.
Drunken Fool didn't know these people. He didn't know Derek.
Chat, what is passion? Kappa, I have it. Fuck money, bro. On everything, bro. It's nice to have it, right? Because then things become a lot easier, but passion and love and happiness, that is the most important on everything.
He didn't even know if this would work, but he wanted a golden wrench, and he wanted to give one to a random
But
TF2
chat, how good
player.
is this drunken guy? Yeah, Kappa. How cool is this drunken, what is his name? Drunken Donut? Drunken Soldier? Drunken Donut Soldier? What was it? Drunken Fool. Drunken Fool goes to a server? He could have just farmed all of these himself, no? Or am I tweaking? Buddy gave him the heads up. That's so cool.
And to reveal that the supposed randomness the TF2 devs propped up was never real at all. It was all manufactured, and the thousands upon thousands of items thrown into the void in an effort to get a golden wrench were all for nothing. Because golden wrench number 51 went to a random TF2 player named Derek. Shortly after this event, Valve would issue VAC bans for both Drunken Fool and Derek.
You're trolling, right? Call me crazy, but if I was them, I would be pissed off. Are you dumb? You figure out the system somehow? Because you check the codes. Sure, we don't know how he got the information about the times, but... Derek didn't do nothing. Huh? VAC ban them? Because you open a crate after a guy says, trust me, open it right now, you will get a golden wrench?
Removing access to their Steam accounts and
He lost.
erasing the golden wrenches from existence. This event caused mass outrage from the TF2 community, for a multitude of reasons.
That's good.
Though
W
banning
community.
Drunken Fool for using a hacked data leak to game a supposed lottery was understandable, people were utterly dumbfounded that Derek, a random, unassuming TF2 player with no ties to Drunken Fool, was banned simply for acting on a random hunch given to him by some dude in a TF2 server.
WCOM.
Potentially hundreds of dollars in Steam games was rendered inaccessible for following a simple request from a rando. It was utterly absurd, an overcorrection, and
Call
many
me crazy. Is this situation similar compared to... Do you remember when the Armory Pass came out, chat? And some streamers, they got a heads up that if you join the server, you're getting like XP, like a lot more XP. People are still mad at them, no? For doing that. Valve banned them as well for a whole year, trade ban. Isn't that kind of comparable? Like, I don't know, some random guy, sure they're streamers, but I don't know, like, it is what it is. Like, that's why the guy reached out. They just joined the server and farmed some stars. Low key, I don't know what I would have done if I was not on the Regis on that day. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Opening a lot more, like, just like that. I don't know, bro. I feel like I wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean?
tested Valve's harsh punishment for something so innocuous. Yet, Valve never relented, and Derek's Steam account is still VAC banned today.
I didn't
making
cheat,
him
but I got VAC banned from TF2. Learn more. Nah.
the first player ever to be manually VAC banned by Valve
That's
themselves.
ridiculous.
Drunken Fool is a good man, and he always has been. Neither of them deserve the ban. There was also a tremendous amount of backlash from people complaining that the system they thought was a fair, random selection was actually heavily biased from the start. The leak from Valve got spread through enough people before it was stopped that a number of other golden wrenches were hacked afterwards using the same method that Drunken Fool used. Reports conflict on just how many wrenches needed to be revoked by Valve, with some suggesting that as many as 7 golden wrenches were fraudulently obtained before the plug was pulled. There was so much misinfo that it became difficult for players to know if they ever had a chance of winning at all. We all know the golden wrench was not only not random, but the times when it would drop were leaked. Shouldn't we have do-overs? Yeah, Valve kinda screwed us big time on this one. This event became corrupt the second it was released. The fact is, people cheated, and the whole thing is now tainted and corrupt. We don't know who legitimately earned it and who didn't. People also hated just how limited these wrenches were from the start. 100 wrenches were a drop in the bucket compared to the tens of thousands of users playing TF2 on a weekly basis.
How many people are playing right now? 44K back in 2010. What? But is it a lot of clankers? Wait, the game is healthy. 60K. TF2 right here, that's not bad. Over DayZ, bro. CS. Was? What happened? July 50K? It's actually bots? Movement players. What do you mean? Everybody started playing Movement in July? Guys, what do you mean, bro? It bumped up from 18K to fucking 56. What is going on?
Basis. And the exclusivity was unprecedented for Valve at the time. These wrenches were unspeakably rare, so obtaining one was seen as a status symbol, and a way to set some players above others. Unfortunately for these detractors, Valve would add unusual effects in the not-so-distant future, which functioned very similarly and costed real-world currency to obtain.
Damn.
Drunken Fool, while maligned by some for cheating to get the wrench for a random TF2 player, was generally seen as something of a mythical figure in the community. Someone who wanted to expose the truth about Valve and their dealings behind the scenes, and was silenced by the powers that be for his efforts.
Wow.
Why couldn't you use your powers for good and not evil? Evil would have been selling drop times to premium subscribers.
Nah,
The whole situation was a
Chat, is this guy considered like a villain or a hero, bro, in the TF2 community? From what I can hear, and from the outside, he seems pretty fucking base, bro. Because you also made some great websites, right? Did you not? Like, I used TF2.items. That shit was clean, bro. It wasn't like, I don't think there was like, I don't know, it didn't seem shady or anything. It was just a nice fucking product for the community. Hero, goated. Damn, I don't see anybody talking shit. W.
PR disaster for Valve
He
themselves.
works for TF2 now. You're trolling. That would be so boss. Valve hired him? Shut your bitch ass up. That would be one of the coolest stories ever. Nah, bro. Isn't life cool, bro? Chat, we can do shit like Drunken Fool, bro. We have free will. We can just do shit, you know what I mean? We can just do shit. If you want to go outside for a walk right now, bro, like, suck. I may stream and go for a walk right now. All right, let's chill for 10 minutes, bro. Chill.
And arguably
But you know
the
what I
biggest
mean?
controversy that TF2 had faced
Do
since
it?
its release in
Yeah,
2007.
in a bit.
It sowed a lot of distrust
I may just watch some TikTok after stream, I'm not gonna lie.
in the devs for many players at the time who felt like their dedication to the game was completely wasted, and also caused many to consider destroying their wrenches out of a sort of protest against Valve's actions.
Damn.
This all eventually
I would have
culminated
not
in the
done that.
announcement of the Golden Charity event later that July, run by the disgruntled receiver of Golden Wrench number 31, Wingspan TT. In my infinite wisdom, I've decided that perhaps Golden Wrench 31 is better served destroyed than remaining to exist.
Dude, I like this.
I've chosen to run a fundraiser to benefit the Child's Play charity, culminating in the destruction of the Golden Wrench. This charity event would be a positive spin on the whole ordeal, allowing for the TF2 community to direct their
Holy. Guys, all of these guys have a fucking golden wrench. 1 in 100. That is insane.
negative energy in a positive direction by destroying the Golden Wrench and giving money to charity in the process.
Damn.
Valve co-signed the event and showed their support, with
Damn!
TF2 developer Robin Walker emailing Wingspan TT to personally endorse the event. This allowed the whole movement to garner a lot of popularity, which resulted in the raising of over $31,000 and the destruction of not one, but 14 golden wrenches.
That's so cool.
A positive outcome from one of the worst controversies in the history of TF2.
That is so cool,
And
chat.
I think all of this resulted from the actions of one lone mischief maker. This would be the last major event that Drunken Fool would actively participate in as a TF2 player. Instead, he would go on to become a TF2 developer. That's right, one of the most controversial, hectic figures in the TF2 community would be hired directly by Valve to help
Yo, Valve is base as fuck. Wait, we forgot about Derek. Did Derek get him banned or not? Yeah, right? Drunken Fool getting hired, bro? What about Derek? Wait, hold up. Wait, what the hell? What about Derek? He's still banned? No, you're trolling. You're trolling, bro. This guy's getting hired by Valve. Like, that. It's a beautiful story. But Derek is like, yo, he's like knocking, like, what about me? Huh? What's up with Derek? He must have gotten unbanned, bro. He must have.
better the game's future as it moved into a new era.
So,
I was sending Robin some email about some random
we forgot about Derek.
Saxy. He jokingly said, someone's gonna want someone fired. So I took the opportunity to reply with my resume and said to see the attachment in case they need a replacement.
This guy's sick.
I got the first interview shortly after
This
that.
guy's sick.
It seemed that Valve saw the value in Drunken Fool's knowledge.
Shit, if I would be company, bro, I would do the same thing, bro. I would hire the guys from the other boat, you know what I mean? Like the clever guys in the community. Don't hire some clanker who came from Google who's like, you need to like explain him the product. Yeah, so this is TF2, yeah, this is the soldier. Bro, hell no. Hire, like, look at these guys, bro. Look at these guys, bro. Chat, what do you think about the idea of hiring, for example, as well? That's just what Fortnite does. They hire the cheat developers, I think. No? They hire the top tier cheat developers. Those guys know the best how to stop their own fucking cheat. They hire them, they pay them a good salary. At the end of the day, a lot of these cheat developers, they're just trying to make a living, you know what I mean? They are clever in coding. They maybe like had some boring times or whatever. They started their fucking thing, selling cheats or whatever, just because they could. Hiring those motherfuckers, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I think it's a play. Roblox did that with Synapse. Yeah, and it was like one of the biggest cheats or something, no? They hired the guy. Synapse then, of course, faded away. And the guy who joined them, he had all the info on how cheats work. I swear it makes sense. It incentivizes cheating? I don't think so. Why would it? What the hell?
Regarding TF2
Makes
and
cheating
sought
a lot
to utilize
harder.
it to better
Those
the
guys
game
know the best.
rather than terrorize it. Hilariously, despite working at Valve and actively contributing to TF2 internally within the company, Drunken Fool's VAC ban didn't get revoked until 1 to 2 years after he was hired to work on TF2.
No
I guess
way.
Valve doesn't give preferential treatment, even to its own employees.
Damn. How was he testing the game that he was coding on, bro, if he can't play? The hell?
Back, this event exists as a mere blip in TF2's history.
Wait, but what
a
about Derek?
fascinating one nonetheless. A hacker, someone who managed to socially engineer a data leak to spread throughout the community, ruining one of the game's biggest updates, still managed to impress the company he messed with enough to get a job with them.
Damn.
It's one of the most wild pieces of TF2's lore, and one I was happy to tell you all
Damn,
today.
I like this.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe for
This
more
guy
obscure
is sick.
internet history, and have a good day.
The way he read out the messages with the filter and stuff, like this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful video. Beautifully explained from beginning till end. W lose it, bro. Nah, that was sexy.